Hi, I'm Catherine Grayson Nans, the developer advocate for KendoReact. Today, we're talking about Gantt charts, what they are, how they work, and when you need one. Have you ever tried to coordinate a huge project? And I mean a really big project, one where you have to sync up plans between multiple people or teams, all doing different stuff. But some tasks can't begin until others have completed, and other tasks have to be happening at the same time. Meeting the deadline for something like that hinges on getting everything choreographed just so, ensuring that everyone understands what's expected of them by when, who they can ask if they have questions, and how they fit into the larger scope of the project. When you're preparing to tackle something that large, the organization of your approach is actually its own task that needs to be completed before you can really begin anything else. And trying to capture all the intricacies of something like that in a regular old calendar is just an exercise in frustration. So, how do project managers and team leads do it? Answer: the Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a type of hybrid between a data grid and a calendar that's created specifically for project management. Like a calendar, it not only allows you to input the tasks, of course, but also their timelines, their dependencies, their categories, and more. It creates a visual view of these timelines and dependencies that makes it really easy for the user to understand the scope of your project at a glance. Then, like a data grid, it allows you to filter, sort, reorder, and otherwise organize the information however you need in order to assess the current state of the project. The KendoReact Gantt Chart also comes with a few extra features, like Timezone and globalization support for remote teams, the ability to convert flat data into the Gantt-style tree view, and keyboard navigation for full accessibility, all of which can help take your project management software to the next level. There are tons of different ways to track a project, all with varying complexity. Kanban boards, calendars, just basic to-do lists could all do the job. A Gantt chart is powerful, and it takes a little bit of configuration, so it might feel like overkill for simpler projects. In general, the best user experience for your application is the simplest, but you also don't want to be passing by features that could make your users' lives a lot easier if only they had access to them. So, how do you know when your users would benefit from having a Gantt chart available? There are a few rules of thumb that you can use to help determine when it's time to step up from the more basic tools. First, we need to think about who your users are. The people working on a project will always help determine the usage of a Gantt chart more than the project itself will. There are three main ways in which your user base can help you determine the types of tools best suited to them. First, the number of people per project. The fewer people are involved, the less you need to prioritize that synchronization, as it'll happen more naturally with a group of 3 than a group of 20. When your users are coordinating a large group of folks, the Gantt becomes a clear choice in order to organize the sheer amount of information. Second is where those users are located. Are the people on a project typically all in the same office, or are they all over the world? If they tend to be geographically scattered, you're probably dealing with a group that would benefit from a Gantt chart in order to function as their source of truth for all asynchronous communication. Having one place where they can see the timeline, the assignments, the category, and the current status of all their tasks is priceless for teams like this, especially when everyone can see that content in their own language and time zone. Third is how those users know each other. Consider whether your application is intended for use within a single team, or whether it's used for more varied cross-functional groups. When you're dealing with groups comprised of several different teams, then over-communication is always of the essence, and the Gantt can ease that pain point even on a relatively simple project. Similarly, if your users are managing a project that involves several different groups of people all working on very different jobs, the ability for them to filter down tasks to see only the ones they're responsible for can be a huge benefit. Next, we need to think about the types of projects that your users are using your application to manage. Even the smallest, tightest group of people could benefit from the use of a Gantt chart if they're tackling a particularly difficult project. Here are a couple ways that you could use project type to help determine whether or not you want to include a Gantt chart. First, the number and type of tasks. If your average users are only inputting a few items that need to be coordinated, you could probably skip the Gantt. But when they have a long list of tasks that need to be kept track of, the Gantt chart becomes incredibly useful for visualizing the current status and timeline of each task. Once the project hits a level of complexity where it would be helpful to be able to sort and filter tasks, the Gantt is a win for everyone. Second is the order and complexity of the tasks. Sometimes, tasks can be checked off in any order, and you'll make progress just the same. But for projects where there are dependencies between the tasks, the Gantt really shines by providing an easy way to track connections between everything going on. This is especially useful when your users are managing overlapping tasks or tasks that have multiple prerequisites. Third is the timeline. Very short timelines and very long timelines can, ironically, be equally difficult to manage. With a short timeline, it's crucial that everything is planned as accurately as possible, and that everyone knows exactly what's expected of them in order to finish on time. Whereas with a long timeline, it can be easier to lose track of what's supposed to be happening when, and that longer window can create the illusion of having all the time in the world with no urgency at all. Both situations benefit from the usage of a Gantt chart, which helps your users view the timeline in an intuitive and visual way, connecting tasks to each other directly and showing how much of the available time is allotted for each one. Knowing the current status of every task, what you're waiting on, who's responsible, and how much time you have left are all crucial parts of managing a large project that are made exponentially easier by using a Gantt chart. If you're creating software where your users will be handling larger or more complex project management tasks, providing them with this option can ease their jobs significantly. Consider whether the Gantt is a good fit for your application, and take a look at the KendoReact Gantt Chart docs for a deep dive on everything this component is capable of. Happy coding!